What's up, folks? My name is Roque and I'm here today to bring you another analysis video on Dark and Light. Now this is the fun one. We got the polymorph video here in front of us. This is another lagger. It's a, pretty laggy in the video, so just be aware of that. But yeah, without further ado, let's go ahead and get to it. And before we, I should say before we start, I love the system for polymorphing. It's kind of weird though, in a sense where if it's easy for us to polymorph into wyverns and whatnot, then it really defeats the purpose of, going out and taming your own flying mount. But judging from the way the other spells work in the game, I'm guessing you won't be able to do that all the time. It'll be like a one-time thing, and then you'll have to go out and gather those regents again, and it'll only last for a certain time kind of thing. Or I'm not sure how it'll work, but we'll find out more of that later. But anyway, let's go ahead and get to it. It's getting cold. Pause. So as you can see, first I want to say the graphics on that wyvern looks pretty cool. Pretty cool. From the wyverns I've already seen, I think I would want to go for this one. In terms of color wise, I would definitely want to go for this one. I'm liking the look of this. I like how that pixie kind of just stays on you too, no matter what you're doing. There's a lot of lag in this one, sorry about that. You see that other wyvern flying down on the left there? Ooh, now pause. Now, some people have been concerned about the map size. It's actually, like, the more I look at this video, it actually does look pretty big. Like, if you were to get off of your flying mount, or, not turn into a wyvern, and just be on the ground, whether you're on a mount or just walking, I think it'd take a pretty freaking long time to traverse through the world, and I'm thinking these wyvern spells, they're probably not going to be easy to get. This is probably something you just want to get, I don't know, to use if you're trying to scout out a base, or if you just want to fly around as a wyvern, if you're in a PvE server or whatnot. But you could also use it for a lot of stuff in PvP purposes. If we're able to breathe fire as wyverns, and if we're able to attack, which I believe we are, then that would be really good for PvP. But where was I going with this? Yeah, just looking at the map though, you can see, let me bring it back really quick. It has some landmass to it, a lot of places to build, and I gotta be honest, if let's take another sandbox, let me take Mortal for instance. If I jumped up into the world of Mortal as a dragon and flew around the map, I don't even know if it would look as good as this, because Mortal has a lot of plains. There wasn't really a lot of mountains. They were like tall hills, like outside of Tendrum and whatnot, but there wasn't anything that looked like this, with huge rocky formations. I mean, you can see over there, to the left there, Ripper even went there in his video, that archway. I mean, you don't get stuff like that in every game, There feels like there's lore to this map. It doesn't feel like any old plain map like you would, like Life is Feudal or something like that. Not Life is Feudal, the MMO version, I haven't tried that yet. I'm talking about your own. Something like that just feels bland and, just not many places to really build. But in this, we might have access to underground building, we might have access to the floating islands in terms of building, and we get all this landmass. This is a great deal of landmass right here. We might even be able to build on these mountains. Who knows? Okay. So moving on, let's see what else we got here. Now these crystals on top of this mountain, this looks pretty interesting. I'm guessing it's some kind of crystal you can gather. These might even be magic regents that we can use for spells and certain things like that. But we'll have to see what kind of stuff this turns out to be. I'm sure they'll have some information on that at some point. And then you got the other dragons and wyverns flying up in the sky. Not sure which one of these is dragons. I don't think we've actually seen a full-blown dragon yet in any of these videos, but I'm looking forward to seeing one of those. This is supposed to be really huge. Okay, pause. Let me go back really quick. We got another floating island off in the distance there. We got two islands on the right there. I love the fact that we're going to be able to have islands in Dark and Light too. When you add islands into the mix, it becomes a different element altogether. You could do some pretty incredible things with islands. Take Mortal Online, for instance, like I was talking about earlier. There was a guild in there, oh my god, let me see if I remember the name. Elysium, I'm pretty sure their name was. They had an island on the southwest coastline, and there were some incredible stories about what they were able to do with that island. There was talk of a siege at some point in Mortal's history where a group, I don't know, a collection of guilds tried to siege their island because they had it walled off, the entire thing walled off, and there was only one way in, one way out. And this siege lasted for 2 weeks, 2 freaking weeks in real time, and they beat them back. Like it was insane, that story. I wish I could just tell you it word for word, but it was insane the amount of stuff that they were able to do with that island, and they never got taken out. They left the game. I don't even know if they're still playing Mortal, but if they're not, they probably left the game on their own terms, because I mean there was no way that anybody was going to beat them. No one ever sieged them after that. After that 2 week siege, it didn't happen. It didn't work if it happened. It was probably just like a small skirmish, and then bam, the attackers were dead. But yeah, the islands are pretty cool. It's gonna be a little different though, because you're gonna be able to fly, of course, but there's still gonna be that awesome element in there. And I mean, you could build underground in the island. There's also that, which you might actually hit water. We'll have to see how that turns out actually. But moving on. Got more of those crystals on the right there. Oh, okay. Let me take a look at that moon. Oh, come on. There you are. I love the look of that moon. I've loved it ever since I first saw it. In the first, I don't even remember what was the first time I saw that. It was either in a screenshot way back when in October, or the trailer for Dark and Light. But that moon is amazing. I love the effect on that. And I'm still going off the lore. I don't really remember it 100%, but I believe the old lore was where that was the previous planet of life, and that planet got destroyed, and then you had to move here with everybody else, and this became the new planet. I really hope they're going off some kind of lore related to that, because that would be awesome. I can't wait to hear about that. Got more rock formations over here. Now I'm pretty sure that might actually be the volcano. I'm trying to see if I could spot any cities. I can't see any right off the bat. There might be something over there to the far right. That might be some kind of, I don't know, it looks like more like a rock formation than a city. But I'm thinking that right in front of us might actually be the volcano on the map. But we'll have to see. I'm also looking for dragons. You know I'm looking for dragons. That hay is still getting used. I'm not actually sure if it's actually spoiling or not. That's the thing. I'm not 100% sure on that. I do like the flying animation of the dragon too. It looks really cool. Really smooth. I'm liking that. I'm just guessing they got that animation from the Unreal 4 engine itself as well, because someone did link a video to the dragon flying, what it looks like in the Unreal 4 engine a while back, and it actually does look pretty similar to this. I think some changes were made to it, but it seems like it was used as the baseline at least. Looks really good. Okay, we got Vardo here. Alright, so let me just do a little investigation. Recon. Looking up from the sky, I want to know where Vardo is in relation to everything else. Pause. Okay, so that's Vardo on the left for sure. So, I don't even know what that is up in the top there. What is that? Hold on. Yeah, it looks like a massive hill behind Vardo. There might be something cool up there for all we know. So that means if you want to... Okay, if you're facing... Let me see. We got to go in further. Pretty sure if you're facing out of the gates of Vardo from... I don't even know if this is the south side or not. Okay, facing away from the ocean, out of the gates of Vardo, you got to go... Sorry, I'm... Fuck. Sorry, I have trouble with directions. This is why I usually have a compass in survival games. Hold on. Okay, I'm gonna say you gotta go east. Just pretty much east, right? Yeah, east to reach those islands over there. And then west. Why am I pointing this way? This is my east. Okay, so you gotta go west to reach the volcano, east to reach the islands. I'm gonna try to remember that as best I can. Probably gonna forget it as soon as I get in game, but I'm gonna try to remember that. What I usually like to do is in games, I try to like get myself a vehicle if there is one, or like in this case it's gonna be a flying mount for sure. And then I'd like to do some exploration, could just see in relation to where I'm at. I want to see what's around me, and you know, it might even be a good idea to get a flying mount before you settle down anywhere, if that's possible, that is. And you know, scout out a really good location for a base. There could be some really good locations hidden in this world. It looks pretty big. From what I've seen, it's, man. Let's just take another look at this. Look at this. Okay. I mean, let's break it down. Let's take Life is Feudal your own for a second. I mean, I know that wasn't built to be, you know, that wasn't built to have more than like 100 people and whatnot. But that is like, if I wanted to fly from, let's say, the end over there, that moon, where that moon is at, back here, man, I don't even know where I'm going with this. In Life is Feudal standards, that feels like it'd be a short ride. But in this standard, it feels like it'd take quite a bit of time, even if you're flying. It might take you around, even if it's 20-30 minutes, like I think they were talking in Discord earlier about that. I still think that's a, you know, fair amount of time, especially if you consider, if you're trying to walk that or ride a mount, it's going to take you a hell of a lot longer. Hell of a lot longer. Okay, let's skip ahead really quick. There still are some concerns with the map size, though. We'll have to see. I mean, obviously, I don't think we're all going to be getting the ability to polymorph right out the gate. That'd be stupid. So, I'm sure it's going to be hard to obtain. So, more than likely, it's going to feel pretty big right off the bat. That's probably like an in-game thing, because we got to remember, this stuff is probably spawned in by an admin. Well, it was. We know it was. So, we're probably not going to be doing this right off the bat. So, right off the bat, the world might feel massive to us. We gotta remember that. And this is the Panther. So yeah, like if you're going that speed, even if you're sprinting on the thing, which, does that drain stamina? Yeah, it does. So the mounts have their own stamina pool too. So even if you're sprinting on the thing as much as you can, it's probably going to take you hours to reach from one side to the next. Freaking hours. Might even take days, who knows. And depending on what could happen on the way, it could take a lot longer too. What's going to be interesting to find out too, now that I think about that, is how the respawn system works. Because if you choose Zarahul, for instance, does that mean you're only going to be able to respawn in Zarahul once you go down, or would you still be able to respawn in Vardo to get maybe to be closer to where you're going? See, if they do it where you're only able to spawn in Zarahul, that would make more sense if they're trying to, you know, press this faction thing. Because the way I see it right now, I'm not really sure what the factions are even, you know, doing here. It's just more like a starting location than a faction to me. So we're gonna have to see what the faction system really has in store for us before we're able to, you know, make that distinction. And of course, this feature right here, you know, it's similar to, yeah, alright. Got the Bronto tree farmer right here. Well, not Bronto. What do you use for trees? I can't remember. Analicto? Licko? No, it's not that. Ooh, trike. No, trike's berries. One of those things. Oh, I think it was a mammoth. Might have been a mammoth. Pretty sure mammoth. Trees or ore. One of those two. But yeah. So they got that resource gathering method in here too. So you might be able to gather, I'm guessing you probably have to be riding on the thing for the resources to actually come to you, because he didn't get any resources right there. Or that feature might not be implemented yet. But it looks like you can actually destroy stuff with your mount at the very least. So that's pretty interesting. Panther does move pretty fast right here too. Except he was walking on sunshine right there. There was no ground right there, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, he's walking on sunshine. But yeah, so please let me know what you guys think about this. And of course, I totally understand if you have concerns about the map size. Let me know if you have concerns about the map size. I think it's going to be fine. I think it's going to be a massive world. I'm planning on taking it one step at a time. You know, I'm not expecting my enjoyment to come solely from exploring the game, exploring the map. And if that's where your enjoyment is going to come from, exploring the game, then I don't know. I think personally you might be better served in a walking simulator. I mean, I'm not even meaning that as a joke or anything. I'm serious. You might actually want to consider playing a walking simulator or something, because a game like this, or any survival game really, you can't really just, you know, expect all of your enjoyment to come from the exploration, because 9 times out of 10 your exploration's done in like the first few days. Either way, it's where the enjoyment comes from in a sandbox is taking a spot on that map and making it yours, or taking a huge portion of that map and making it yours in some way. You know, you build, you fight to keep it. You pretty much do anything that your heart's desires. And of course that even means exploring, but you know, I don't think it should be all about exploring, you know? Even if the map size doesn't end up being as big as you want it to be, there could still be a lot to this game that we don't know about yet. And there's still a lot of enjoyment to be had. So it's just food for thought, something to think about. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed. I got one more coming after this. Please let me know how you felt about the video in the comments below. If you'd like to see more of this, please subscribe and be sure to like the video. And thanks, folks. Thank you so much for watching. I will see you on the next one. All right, see you, folks.